Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another comic, trade and manga haul. And I must include that I did actually get some freebies through my LCS. And if you happen to live in Australia, remember to include that discount code and you'll get 10% off anything through their website. So moving into first things first, what comics did I get, which comics will I be reading, and which comics will I be reviewing. So starting off on the far left, we've got the Batman Urban Legends, we've got the Spider-Man and the Strange Academy. Included under them are a couple of freebies. I did get a little bit more, but I've decided to give them away. So we've got Mask and The Damned. They were the only ones out of the freebies that grabbed my attention. Moving into the next thing, the comics that I'll be reviewing. Take note that all of these comics are for the second week of November, and I still have not received the second week of October comic haul yet. So it's going to be a very interesting week reviewing these, especially without having the second week of October. Comic trade and manga haul here. So the ones that will be reviewed will be the action comic Superman by Philip Kennedy Johnston, the Batman and the Robin and Batman by Jeff Lemire, which I must admit I did quite like in reading it online. Titans United, 3 of 7, and I've not read the last issue, so this is going to be fun. And the same in relation to the Future State Gotham, which will be Fool's Gold. I've not read the previous, and this is why I bring up the important thing in my comic reviews about comic references, because in the comic world and in the comic industry, presently in Australia, we have had some Australia Post delays. We have some things that turn up a little bit quicker and some things that are taking a little bit slower to turn up. And presently, I still have not got the second week of October comic trade and manga haul for that week. So for some of these things, I'm going to be a little bit ahead in the reviews, and other things are going to be delayed. Until that second week of October turns up, there could be a big change into how I put up my reviews. But I need to get back to this, back to the topic. Because if there is something that happens in, say, the previous issue of, say, for example, Titans United or Future State Gotham, and I've not read it, this is where comic reviews, and the same applies for Static as well, this is where comic references really help the most. And with what's happening here in Australia with Australia Post, it wouldn't hurt to include comic references in these issues, because if there is something in the previous issue that you think is important for me, the reader, to check out, I'm going to need that comic reference. Okay, finishing off that little rant there, we've got Static, and finally time to jump onto the trades and manga that has turned up this week. And we've got the Superman, the One Who Fell, by Philip Kennedy Johnston, that trade. Sasaki and Miyano, I'm still waiting for volumes 1 and 2 to turn up from my LCS. Shaman King, totally enjoying the anime as well as enjoying the manga. This series is definitely worth picking up. Some My Hero Academia stuff, the Ultra Analysis book, the Dr. Stone, Volume 19, Volume 8 of Fly Me to the Moon, and My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, Volume 11. And last but not least, we cannot forget my receipt. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.